One other question: why is there so much research into males and male sexuality, and it seems like there's not a lot in female? Or is that just a misconception on my part?
I think it's probably a misconception. I think there is as much research on female sexuality as there is on males. In one regard, male sexuality is easier to research than female sexuality in the phallometric testing, where you directly measure penile blood volume while you show a man a series of different potentially sexually arousing stimuli. That kind of technique works pretty well in males. In fact, it works well enough that it's an assistance in diagnosing child molesters who might or might not be actual pedophiles. So that kind of approach works well in females. It doesn't work, works well in males, sorry. The analogous procedures don't work at all in females, or they don't work in the sense that heterosexual women don't respond differentially to images of women and men. And so women's behavior in the laboratory does not correspond very well to their sexual preferences or their sexual behavior in real life, whereas men's sexual performance in the laboratory corresponds pretty well with their stated preferences and their actual sexual behavior.
Why do you think that is? What is it about the male sexuality that's so obvious? I mean, other than just like the body parts outside, but...
Well, the instrumentation for females tried to look at the analogous thing of blood volume, that you couldn't do it by putting a device over or around the vulva, but there are devices where you shine a light into tissue lining the vagina, and the amount of light reflected back from that tissue is a reasonable index of how much blood engorgement there is in those tissues. So it's not an instrumentation issue. Oh, and by the way, this has been carried out on post-operative male-to-female transsexuals using the same apparatus that you use on biological females. You know, these are post-op male-to-females. They don't have a penis anymore. You're now using the same technique of shining a light into the inside of the vagina and measuring amount of light reflected back. And when you look at the results, they still look like males. You know, what they say they prefer is what they get engorgement to. So the difference between males and females in the lab is not just an artifact of the tissues available to you for measurement. It's something profound about the way females and males respond differently.